Let's give it like about 5 seconds of dead silence, and then I'll start this thing. All right?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Action music is playing, and quiet for 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the movie episode.
You done? You get it out?
I'm done. I got it out. What's up, dude? Here we are. We're back, baby. We're back. I can't see you. I'm staring at a screen. I'm imagining your beautiful Barrios face. It's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Here we are. We figured we'd do something a little different this week. We're going to talk about all-time favorite movies and many movie genres. Tony, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
All right, baby. Here we go. We're just going to get right into it. Here we go. We're going to start with comedies. We're going with comedies. Tony, what's some of your favorite comedy movies of all time? And tell me a little bit why.
Okay, I didn't break it down in terms of comedy and all that stuff, so I'm looking at my list to see if there is a comedy to pop out. You know what? I don't have a straight up comedy. I have romantic movies.
Okay, let's go into that. Let's do that. What you got?
Okay, so on my list, I'm seeing 2 romantic movies that I put as some of my favorite movies, and I have Slumdog Millionaire.
Okay.
And I have Spanglish. You seen Spanglish?
I have. That's a Adam Sandler movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that was funny.
Let's talk about Spanglish. My girl, the lead. Oh my goodness, Tia. Tia. Leone. What's her name?
Oh, that's Yo, how I forget her name right now.
Hold on, Spanglish. Give me a second, because I gotta know her name. Because she was in one of my favorite comedy movies, too. Where's she at? What's her name? Yeah, Tia Leone. Dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, Tia Leone. Yeah, and Adam Sandler. Dude, Spanglish is a great movie.
Yeah. I make the sandwich from Spanglish from time to time.
Ah, I remember that when they were in the kitchen. That's a great scene, man. That's a very sweet...
sandwich and all that.
That's a very realistic movie, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
So in that movie, an interesting thing that I always thought was like to get people's different take. In the end, he loves the Spanish lady, right? Mm-hmm. He falls in love with her, but he goes back to his wife despite her cheating.
Right.
Is this real life? Is that the correct thing to do? Or would real life have been go with the woman you fell in love with?
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I had actually, like, my parents and my mom was like, no, he did the right thing. You have to go back to your wife. And I'm like, she cheated.
Can you come back from that?
I guess, if you can, it's awesome. Because, from what I believe, just religiously, I think, if you can forgive, then that's the ideal situation. But I also live in reality where I didn't think that was necessarily the real life choice. I think he should have stayed with the Spanish lady.
Love is crazy, man. It's funny, Spanglish, that just, that opened my eyes to Adam Sandler's acting abilities, man. You know what I mean? That was kind of one of his more, it wasn't super serious, but it was on the more serious side of things acting-wise. He's awesome, man. I've always been a big Adam Sandler fan.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Uncut Gem movies, but did you see The Cobbler?
The Cobbler? No. What is The Cobbler? What is this?
Oh, that's on Netflix. It's a very serious Adam Sandler movie. It's good. So I won't spoil it for you because it's got a nice twist to it.
Okay.
But yeah, check it out. It's one of his more serious movies. It's cool.
Dig it. What was your other romantic comedy that you liked?
Slumdog Millionaire.
So I'm going to blow your mind here, and I do this to Tony all the time. These universally acclaimed movies
that
I've never seen, and I have never seen Slumdog Millionaire. I've never seen it, dude.
It's a good movie, man.
I can hear your eyes just rolling back in your head.
It's a good movie, man.
No, it won Best Picture, right?
Yeah, it won Best a lot of things. Like it really felt like it's a story of hope and the underdog story, and then just love, and everything you do for love was crazy. Like that was one of the movies I was like, yeah, I like romantic movies now. Like that's the one.
Very cool. I'll have to check it out, man. Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah. Let's see. Let me do a couple of romantic comedies here. I wrote down Serendipity. Have you ever seen Serendipity?
No, you're gonna get me on all of these because I don't watch a lot of romantic movies.
Yeah, man. Serendipity. Now look, I gotta do my. It's been a long time since I've seen some of these movies, man. Serendipity. Let's see here. Cusack, man. John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale in New York City. It's fantastic. It's a good one.
Okay.
It's a good one. You have to watch it.
I feel like I could see the cover in my head. Like it sounds real familiar.
Yeah. It's kind of like a he's chasing after this guy. It's hard to explain, but anyway, Serendipity. That's a good one, man. I like. You ever seen Sweet Home Alabama?
No.
Reese Witherspoon.
No.
It's a good movie. Sweet Home Alabama. Let's see. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's a recent movie that's a romantic comedy, more comedy. It was a Netflix original called To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Yeah, no, I did not see To All the Boys I've Loved Before. For several reasons.
It's a good one, man. It's on Netflix. All right, well, let's move forward. Let's get out of romantic
Well,
comedy.
no, but speaking of love movies, did you see The Lake House?
Yes, I've seen Lake House. Good movie.
That's a real
Sandra
good
Bullock.
movie. Yeah, the ending made no sense, but I didn't care at that point.
No, I didn't
loved
either.
it.
The whole movie up until that point was fantastic, so keep it moving. I liked it too. Yeah, Lake House was good, man. That was Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
The one him and Nicolas Cage are some of the most one-dimensional actors on the planet.
Yeah, we've gone too far. Dang it, man. Yeah, that's a good movie, dude. All right, let's do comedies. Just straight up funny movies, man. Does one come to your head?
Comedies, man. It's not like my. Well, I guess comedies that stick out are like Happy Gilmore. If it's funny, Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore.
Jeez, dude.
That's a funny movie to me. Oh, Spaceballs is funny to me.
Would you say Spaceballs?
Yeah, Spaceballs is funny.
Spaceballs. Yeah, Spaceballs is classic. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I could recite Happy Gilmore from the top.
Oh
I
yeah,
can go
Happy
all
Gilmore's
the
hilarious.
way down, dude. It's one of those comedies. It's just like quotable line after quotable line, man. It's
The
fantastic.
price is wrong.
You're gonna get it, Bobby. Dude, I could do them all, man. I could do them all. Shooter McGavin,
man.
one of the greatest cinematic villains of all time. Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Yeah,
jeez, dude. Here's one from me. One of my all-time favorites, The Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Big Lebowski. Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah,
That's for me. I know a truly great movie is great when you just can watch it over and over, and it's just like it gets better and better over time. You find things with each viewing that you might not have seen before, and that movie for me, The Big Lebowski, I always find like little subtle things that I never saw before. And it just continues to make me laugh all these years later, man. The Big Lebowski, the dude.
Yeah.
It's the dude, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know why that reminds me of Office Space is another funny one I like. We both like that one a lot.
Dude, probably top 5 comedies of all time. Office Space, dude. That's another one I could just sit here and start quoting, man. Dude, that movie, Mike Judge, dude. It's Mike Judge. Incredible. It's just incredible, man. Let's see. Ace Ventura. I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan. I know you're not. You're not the biggest Jim Carrey fan.
Well, I didn't. The Ace Ventura ones was too. It's that type of comedy. It's just like the embarrassing comedy where like you just make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's just to me, it's like it ain't for me. I'd like Cable Guy and stuff like that. Didn't do it for me. I like Jim Carrey, but like I like Liar Liar. That's a funny movie, and I like that one a lot.
Liar's great, man. He's got so many great movies, dude. I mean, the big 3 originally from him: Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. I mean, those are freaking classics.
The Mask is good.
The Mask is very good. You know what one that was with actor from Spanglish, Tia Leone, Fun with Dick and Jane. You ever see Fun with Dick and Jane, Jim Carrey movie?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, where he gets laid off, dude, and there's this big controversy, and him and his wife start robbing banks.
Yeah, no, I remember that, yeah.
So funny, man. So funny. Let's see. Here's another comedy I absolutely just die every time I see it more and more is Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Crashers.
That's funny. That was funny.
Dude, Vince Vaughn, one of my favorite comedic actors, man. Vince Vaughn is just incredible in that movie.
That one reminds me of you mentioned Wedding Crashers, and I don't know. I remember because Owen Wilson's in both of them, right? He's in Starsky and Hutch is what I'm thinking of also.
Yeah. Him and Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that one was funny. I like that one.
Tropic Thunder. Speaking of Ben Stiller.
Tropic Thunder is probably the silliest movie I like. I don't go for silly, but that one to me was funny.
I don't know why I'm writing down Tropic Thunder. It wasn't on my list, but you know what? I'm writing it down.
Are you going to keep the list for posterity? Like
I am, and then I'm going to frame it, and it's going to go
rearrange it
right over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a very diverse group of comedy movies, man. How about science fiction? Big one. This is a big one.
It's funny. Not for me, it ain't.
Oh.
I like I like the cliche stuff. I like Star Wars. I like Aliens. I like the more modern stuff. I like all the like the Avengers and stuff like that. Like I like the whole MCU stuff.
You mentioned Aliens. That is literally probably one of the top 3 favorite movies for me in any genre. James Cameron's Aliens, man, the sequel to Alien. Just unreal.
I actually was watching it with the family last week. We saw it.
It's a great movie, dude. James Cameron, he's just like one of my all-time favorite actors, I was about to say, directors, dude. He's just done so many of my favorite flicks, like Terminator, the Terminator franchise, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, especially. The second Aliens movie, Aliens. And then, which leads into one of my movies I wrote down, is another great freaking James Cameron movie, is True Lies. Tell me you've seen True Lies, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, everybody did, but you count that as sound? Oh, you're just saying James Cameron.
That's action, just action movies, dude.
Yeah.
True Lies, man. Oh,
Die Hard.
Dude, jeez, Die Hard, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How you doing, Hans? How you doing? Mr. McClane.
Yeah.
Where are my detonators?
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Don't lie to me. That's a little Snape. That's a little Professor Snape for you. Hey, let me tell you something. I had to lean back from the mic.
Hey, dude, so the Harry Potter fans wrote
let me talk about Harry Potter. Let me talk about Harry Potter. Okay.
Why did Voldemort have to yell Avada Kedavra like it was from his depths of his soul?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't see the whole Harry Potter series until this year.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? I remember us talking about that. My wife introduced me. This is a funny story. Brie had never seen a single Star Wars movie. Not one. And I had never seen a single Harry Potter movie. So for one weekend, we watched, this is before all the sequel movies came out for Star Wars, the newer movies. So it was just the original 6. So we watched all 6. She really liked them. She became a fan. And she was like, okay, my turn. And I was like, what? She was like, we're going to watch Harry Potter. And I was like, Turns out, love Harry Potter. It's an incredible film series, dude. I've never read any book, didn't know anything about the series, blah, blah, the books are better. Dude, from a filmmaking standpoint, the Harry Potter movies are freaking great. They're a lot of fun, man. Great movies, dude.
You want me to tell you a secret 15 minutes into this podcast?
Sure.
My camera shut off.
Are you serious, dude?
So we're going to pick it up here.
Oh.
GH5. You failed me today. I don't know if it was
GH5.
I don't know if it was my card, but I looked over and the light stopped blinking, and I'm like, okay.
Okay. Well, we're back. It's all good.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
difficulties, dude. We're just trying to get through this whole social distancing thing, dude. We got technical difficulties, dude. I'm set up in front of a freaking microwave. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, man.
Hey, did you guys notice this week? And Tony, you can't see this yet until you get the footage, but I inserted a practical light into my set.
Good. What do you have there? Like a candle, a real light, a lamp? What?
It is a lamp. It reminds me of the Pixar lamp. I don't know why it would be next to the knives in the stove, but it's there to kind of make a more homey environment for our viewers. Huh. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
We take this very seriously, people. Do you understand? We take it very serious, this show.
It's got to look right.
Yeah, but Harry Potter, dude. Love freaking Harry Potter. I mean, rest in peace, Alan Rickman, one of the greatest film actors ever. He's a great villain, man. You talk about Die Hard. Oh, Hans Gruber? Come on, dude. Now I have a machine gun. Oh, oh, oh.
Nah, I look at my favorite stuff, and it's more like serious, like drama and some action and stuff.
Here you go. I know you're a big fan of this this genre of movie. How about favorite crime films or gangster movies?
Yeah, I didn't even put those on my list because they feel cliche, but I do have favorites. The cliche ones like Goodfellas, Godfather, Casino, Scarface. The older I got with Scarface, I saw Scarface more like comedy to me. Like, it was just the absurdity of it was just...
Yeah, it's very absurd. It was the perfect 1980, that world just blown up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know if it was like when it came out, if it was ever taken very seriously in terms of like just like, oh, this is the gritty underworld. I look at it and I'm like, this is pulled straight out of like Vice City or something. This is not real life.
Yeah, this can't be real, right? This can't be real.
Yeah.
Well, for our older viewers, that were in their formative years in the 80s, was that movie realistic? Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment now.
Was Scarface grounded in reality or not? I'd like to know.
Yeah, how did you take it? Like we were talking about that the other day, how you were saying that I think it was Goodfellas you saw and you were like, it just didn't hit you the way you thought it would.
Yeah, I had not seen Goodfellas up until this last year. It's another cinema sin, if you will. I had never seen Goodfellas, so I went to my good friend Ben Harris's house out near Chicago in Illinois, and he was like, "Today's the day, son. We're watching Goodfellas." I was like, "Okay," and I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. The directing, clearly Scorsese. I mean, it's one of his greatest films. It was very, very well done. I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't like shocked. I wasn't blown away. I wasn't thinking about it 3 to 4 days later. And I think the reason I told you, because we've talked about this before, is I'm sure when Goodfellas came out, it was unbelievable. It was out of control. The absurdity of it, the craziness of it, dude, just the brutalness of it. But I had just seen so many movies before Goodfellas that just took that formula and just like racked it up to 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the Tarantino movies and even some of Scorsese's later stuff like The Departed and things like that. I freaking love Departed. Departed stuck with me for like a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goodfellas is very, very good. Very good movie. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Definitely. You mentioned Casino. Dude, Casino. Joe Pesci. Come on, dude.
Yeah, man.
Bobby D. Bobby D, man.
You ever seen A Bronx Tale?
A Bronx Tale. Is that a Jackie Chan movie?
No, that's
what am I thinking?
Bronx.
That's Rumble in the Bronx.
A Bronx Tale is a gangster movie where
I've never seen that. I've never seen it.
Yeah, Robert De Niro's raising his son down the street from like the mafia, and his son gets like really interested and gets roped into that life. But it's a good family movie. In terms of he learns a little bit about the underworld and how like a gangster would see life, and his dad's trying to show him like the right way to live, so he has to find a balance. It's cool. It's nice. It's got some love story in it. It's got like slight funny moments, but it's really about a man trying to raise his kid in a rough environment.
Yeah, so that movie is not about a young martial artist jumping through a ladder and using a ladder as a weapon of opportunity.
No, I think you're talking about Rush Hour. Kata!
We don't die!
That's a funny movie. I like.
Wait a minute. Hold on, dude. I just thought of Chris Tucker, dude, in one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, come on. On 3, we're going to say it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The Fifth Element. There it is, dude. Yeah, unbelievable. Bree took me to see The Fifth Element when it was re-released for the 25th anniversary.
Oh, yeah?
In theaters, yeah. And that's another movie I could watch 1 billion times in a row and just love. One of my favorite parts in The Fifth Element is towards the beginning where the Chinese flying food truck guy comes to his apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? He's like, I bet you lunch you have good news today. You are fired.
Yeah.
Dude, he says you are fired. Oh, man. Classic, dude. Classic. Fifth Element. Yeah. Awesome movie, man. What else, man? What else?
Some of my like favorite movies, forget the genre, but just favorite movies are Gladiator, I Am Legend.
Yep.
Shawshank Redemption, which I saw this morning.
Oh, come on, dude. You're with the Shawshank Redemption. What a great movie.
Silence of the Lambs.
Classic.
And Amadeus is like one of my top 3.
Never seen Amadeus. Never seen it.
It's a long movie, but for a music lover, you should find a lot of interest in it. It's the story of Mozart.
Yeah. Never seen it. Always have been told to watch it. Never watched it. Gonna have to do it.
The music's incredible.
Yeah, man. Dig it, dude. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, man. Anything else? I think I've gone through all of mine. Oh, here's another one. Here's another great sci-fi movie, dude. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. District 9.
I like District 9 a lot. The Prawns.
The Prawns, dude. They're in South America, right? Like Johannesburg is what it was, right? I think.
It was
I can't
cool.
remember where it was set.
A lot of social commentary there in that movie. Did you see Chappie?
I never saw Chappie.
Dude, Chappie's great, man. I like Chappie a lot.
That's with the robot. It's the same director, Neil Blomkamp or something like that. I think it's the same director.
Yeah, Chappie is a lot like, what movie does that remind me of? We were talking about it the other day. It reminds me of another cartoon, like the story-wise, where they just take like an innocent person and just make him violent. That's like what Chappie is. Chappie's like he's got the mentality of like a child, and they turn him into like a machine of war. And it's just crazy to see like how humanity would take something innocent and bend it to their own like desires, and how they would ruin. Dude. Yeah. So it's a cool movie. Check it out. It's the same director.
Here we go. Check this out. No, I don't know if you're a fan of these movies. You may not. What is your favorite animated Disney movie?
Animated. I don't know. Is it The Lion King?
Okay.
Animated is probably The Lion King. I like Finding Nemo a lot. One of the more contemporary movies.
That's a great movie. Finding Nemo is great. The sequel was almost better than the first.
Yeah, if it was just one, it would probably be The Lion King. But favorite Disney movies, it's probably Pirates of the Caribbean.
Dude, we just started watching those again on Disney Plus. The first 3 pirate movies, especially that first movie, really good.
The first one's great. Honestly, I was surprised how good the last one was to me. Like, I thought the last one was like on par with the first one. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, Johnny Depp, man, what a character, Captain Jack Sparrow, my pirate.
Yeah.
Freaking fantastic, man. For me, animated Disney movie, I have to go with my gut. It is Mulan. Can we get some likes for Mulan, please? Mulan, man. I'm telling you. Eddie Murphy.
I got the confused face right now.
Dude, we talking about confused? What?
It's a good movie, but I don't put it above like Aladdin or.
Dude, let me just give you. I'm gonna give you a little taste. Let's get down to business. We got to defeat the Huns. Dude, come on, man. You kidding me? Eddie Murphy is Mushu.
Oh. Eddie Murphy does good almost in everything he does. I can't.
Yeah.
Not a bad Eddie movie doesn't come to mind right now.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go see it. That's like Will Smith for me. I'm like, oh, Will Smith's leading role in a movie? I'll go see it. It's probably going to be good.
What's Will Smith's best movie?
Will Smith's best movie. I'm a big sci-fi guy. I thought one of my favorite Will Smith movies is the original Men in Black and the third Men in Black movie I really liked.
The third one was crazy, man. It was another surprisingly well-done movie where I was like, I'm not going to expect too much. And I was like, yo, this is almost as good as the first one.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I like how they tied it in. But another Will Smith movie I really like, was it The Pursuit of Happiness, right?
Pursuit of Happiness is tough to watch, man.
That's a good one, dude.
Yeah, it's a tough movie to watch, especially if you've been fired before and you got kids. Like, some of that stuff is too realistic.
Yeah. He's an incredible actor, man. He's an incredible actor. He was good in the Ali movie. Was really good.
I didn't see that one.
It's good. It's very good. What
else?
Who's
your favorite actor?
Favorite actor? Oh, man. Favorite actor. Man. You know, let's see. Just first actor to come to mind. Male actor, I would say probably Tom Cruise, dude. I don't think I've seen a role where Tom Cruise was not just freaking awesome in it, man. He's just such a serious actor, man, and he's the same guy in every movie. Don't get me wrong. I just love me some Tom Cruise, man.
I haven't seen all the Mission Impossibles. I like them though. Oh
yeah, Mission Impossible's a great. Top Gun, come on, you kidding me? Cocktail in the '80s. The Few Good Men. I mean, dude, there's just so many.
Yeah, man.
Other actors I like. Let's see, man. Like contemporary actors.
They don't matter. Like for me, my favorite.
Who do you like?
The one that jumps out is Denzel Washington's my favorite.
Denzel, man. Denzel. Dude, you know what I saw on Disney Plus? I haven't watched it in years. It's a great Denzel movie is Remember the Titans, man. Remember the Titans, dude. Yeah, Denzel, though. Good. Denzel's incredible.
Yeah.
Another Tom Cruise movie, just speaking of my favorite actor, Mr. Tom Cruise, we watched the other night was the movie Collateral. Have you seen Collateral? Him and Jamie Foxx?
Yep.
Really good movie.
Yo, man, we didn't mention one of the funniest movies of all time with Robert De Niro. is Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Parents, dude. The very first Meet the Parents movie.
Dude, those movies were... Now, the third one to me was whack. I didn't like the third one.
No. The first movie. The first movie is fantastic.
The first two were really good. The third one about the babies was like, I just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah, they're just like, can we milk any more money out of this franchise?
Yeah, those movies are hilarious, man.
Robert De Niro and Meet the Parents, man.
Your guy, you said Tom Cruise, right? Rain Man is incredible.
Oh, dude, come on.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Hot Water Burn Baby. Hot Water Burn Baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's an incredible movie. Rain Man, jeez. Dude, I could just keep going. Let's see. Favorite Pixar movie? What you got? You mentioned Finding Nemo. Anything else?
Finding Nemo. I like Big Hero 6 a lot.
Dude, Big Hero 6 is off the hook. We just watched that again recently.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater and I got choked up a bit because I really thought Baymax bit the bullet there. Mm-hmm. I thought he was gone for real. Mm-hmm. But that's the Toy Story. I like Toy Story 1 and the last Toy Story. Was it 4 or 3?
4.
So Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 4. I like. So yeah, those are like my 3 favorite Pixar movies: Toy Story 1, 4, and Big Hero 6.
I enjoyed the first Cars movie with my boy
that's really
Owen
good.
Wilson.
The
first Cars movie was really unique and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toy Story. Yeah, ka-chow, 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 ka-chow. Wow.
Wow,
ka-chow, ka-chow.
That's with Larry the Cable Guy who fell off the face of the earth, man. He was funny.
Dude. Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's all an act. You know that, right? Do you ever see him just do interviews where he's just talking normal, like right now? He's like, yeah, when I approached that role, you'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's just doing a character, whatever. He's good at that. I think if I remember right, he got saved and he stopped doing his comedy, which I didn't think his comedy was too. It wasn't vulgar or anything like that, but he felt the need to not do his comedy no more.
Well, he sure enough made enough money. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, I would imagine so. They were on a real good tour. Remember those guys were like on top of like comedy for a while.
It was
what was
Jeff
that
Foxworthy.
thing called? Jeff Foxworthy and the other one. They had a name though.
I don't know. I didn't really follow it too much.
Jeez, it was like 4 of them. Yeah. Anyway,
Let's see.
yeah.
Did we talk about Matrix? Did we talk about the Matrix, the original Matrix movie?
The Matrix is cool, and it gets cooler as I get older because I'm still peeling back layers of the Matrix, like really trying to understand what they were really trying to get us to understand. Because on the surface, it's like, yeah, it's cool sci-fi, but it's like, nah, did you really pick up on the levels of that story?
The second and third movie get a little absurd. They get a little too deep. Maybe not too deep, but I just think the first movie was such a beautiful arc. You know, it had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they could have ended it there, and it was just fantastic.
Well, the first movie was like the entire Dragon Ball Z saga wrapped into one movie. It was like you had the character, the underdog, then he comes back and he becomes the most powerful person, and you get the hair standing up on your freaking neck when you see him like at his most powerful, and you're like, holy crap, this is crazy.
Yeah, dude, about him, like I love Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix, where he's like, you know, I think Trinity was like, what is he doing? And he's like, he's beginning to believe. And I was like, oh!
Yeah, now my two favorite parts of that movie.
So good.
My 2 favorite parts are when he's training with Neo in the simulation. He's like, you think that's air you're breathing?
Oh, yeah. And he's like,
that part.
He gives him that look like,
And then the other part that's my favorite is when they're going up the elevator and Neo's like, there is no spoon. And he like shoots the hook and they fly off. Because he finally realizes like the way the Matrix works. So he's like, there is no spoon. Which is what the kid told him or whatever.
That's a great movie, man. It's a fantastic movie. Well, dude, we've talked about, there's just so many great films, dude. And, I'm just such a movie lover, dude. I think that's a big reason why, I'm creating content with you right now, man, is I always wanted to be in the movie industry, man. I just love films. I love, the visual storytelling. I love it, man. I love it. Always been a huge movie fan. And, I owe that a lot to my parents, man. They're big movie fans, too. And, my dad, when I was growing up, would just leave the old VHSs out. Be like, you're going to watch Aliens today. I'm like 10 years old. I'm like, what's that?
This has to do with movies, but just asking about a little bit of how you were raised, because I think times are very different.
Yeah.
You said you saw Aliens. What's like maybe the most like violent or maybe rated R movie you remember, and what age were you? Like how early were you when you started seeing those types of movies?
I mean, I've talked about Aliens a lot, but for me, that's a rated R movie and a very terrifying movie for a child. It's very realistic, very dark, very scary. That one kind of stands out. That's a good question, dude. I haven't really thought of that.
Because I feel like our generation was less protected.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, up in the room by the garage, dude. My dad had these old wooden cases, and you'd open them up, and it's just like hundreds of VHS tapes. And I would just watch all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff.
Because I feel like I was like 8 years old when I saw like Nightmare on Elm Street and what's the Friday the 13th, Chucky. I was a kid seeing that stuff.
Now we're talking favorite horror movie or franchise. What do you like?
Man, I'm not sure. Because now that I'm older and I watch them, I just don't like them. I feel like they're just that genre has been running to the ground. Like every movie's cliche. There's very few that are original. I could say my favorite horror movie right now as an adult is The Ring.
The Ring is good. The Ring is very creepy. That's the one where she does the sound. It's like that whole thing. That's The Ring, right? With the black hair over it. Or maybe I'm thinking of The Grudge.
You're thinking it sounds like you're doing The Grudge. The Ring was like she's crawling out the TV.
Yeah, that's right. And there was The Well.
The Well, and that one had a very interesting story, which is why I like it now as an adult. Like the reasons why she was looking for revenge and how she ended up in that well. It was like a long development of like, oh, this isn't just a blind murdering thing with no reason.
Yeah.
I go back and watch like Friday the 13th and stuff like that, and I'm just like, yeah, it ain't as good as I remember it.
Again, those movies, I'm sure, our older listeners, when they released in the 70s and the 80s, early 80s, late 70s, I'm sure they were shocking at the time. But now they seem very campy, very cheesy. You made a really good point about horror movies. It's like, there's only so much gore you can do. And I think one of the recent kind of horror scary movies that I really enjoyed because it was so different was the very first Paranormal Activity movie.
I saw pieces of that one. I know what you're talking about.
It was super low budget, dude. I think I read that they made the movie for like, under $200,000, and it was just they filmed it in a house like that. That was it. And I was like, man, what an interesting, because everybody's kind of had those moments where you're late at night and you're in your house and you hear a noise and it's just creepy and those feelings. I liked Paranormal Activity a lot, man. Oh, and dude, okay, come on, can we give it up for one of my favorite recent movies, Get Out by Jordan Peele.
Oh, Get Out, yeah.
Get Out. You can call that a horror movie. I call it like a horror suspense.
No, it absolutely is. It's a horror
spoilers.
movie.
No spoilers. But you introduced me to Get Out. You were like, dude, have you seen Get Out? No. Okay, I'm coming over, and we're gonna watch Get Out together.
Did you see Us?
I did not. I did not see his next movie, Us. I have not seen it.
I don't think it's as good as Get Out, but it was good. I liked it better on the second time. It's another one it's kind of smart movie. You gotta pay attention to what's going on. It's got layers.
Dude, Get Out was like. It was just so different, man. It was kind of like, it was cool to see how he had these like homages to like older style films, suspense films, horror films, but he made it his own. And the acting was just incredible. Every actor and actress in that movie was just off the hook. The writing, the pacing, the editing, the color, the music. It's a wonderful movie, man. Jordan Peele. That's the future right there. You are the future.
Yeah, no, he's really good. That movie was great. Man, I'm trying to think like anything else that stands out. I mean, it's like guilty pleasure movies and movies that are not that great but you enjoyed. I think of like Fast and the Furious.
The first Fast and the Furious movie I enjoyed. I have never seen one past the first one.
Yeah, no, you should watch it just for the sake of comedy because as they continue to progress down the Fast and the Furious 15 and 17 and all that stuff, they're like, they might as well be in space at this point. And they might as well have superpowers the way they're flipping these cars and jumping from one tank to the other. I'm like,
dude, when I saw tanks in the trailer, I was like, wow, don't know what I'm missing, but we'll see.
Well, Idris Elba was in the last one and he actually had superpowers. Like legit, like in the movie, he has powers.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I'm like, this was about racing. This used to be about Honda Civics racing down the street.
Yeah, dude. This is about Supras, with cool gladiator decals on the side of the car.
At this point, they just need to do like a drift and like run into Deadpool and then just hop in the car and keep the movie rolling. Like, all right, so we're gonna go fight Cable. Like,
yikes, man!
It's gone that far.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're entertaining in a bad way.
Well, that's ladies and gentlemen. Those are some movies we enjoy. I mean, we could sit here for another 2 hours and talk about movies. And I'm sure as soon as we stop recording, I'll think of 15 more, and I'll be calling Tony tonight, and we're going to be gaming, and we'll be talking about more, dude. So leave some comments, man. What are your favorite movies? Do you agree with us? How's our list look? You know?
Did you see Tiger King? Everybody's talking about Tiger King. It's on Netflix.
We watched the first episode of Tiger King 2 nights ago. We did.
Yeah. Did you buy into the hype?
Here's the thing about hype. I don't like hype because when things get really hyped, you go in with certain expectations, and they never live up to those expectations. But no, it was. I will say this about Tiger King. It was every bit of out there and wild, that people were saying. It's pretty crazy. And the crazy thing about Tiger King is that's a real life. That those are real people.
Oh yeah, no, that's a documentary. That's not a reality show.
This is not a scripted. I mean, it's a bit scripted in terms of when you make a documentary film, but it's real, dude. Those are real people, and it's just crazy to think there's just some wildly strange humans on this planet, man, and it's crazy.
Yeah, no, and to them they were like completely normal. Like they didn't understand. It's interesting. It was entertaining. It's interesting.
Yeah. We'll probably finish it. We watched the first one. We'll see. I feel like I got my fill, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, I get it. I get this story. I get it.
Yeah, there's like, I always think about like what's next to watch, because like I hit the Netflix, like the bottom of the list. I'm like, Jerome keeps telling me I have to watch Ozark. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I'm always looking for something new.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway. Lots of time on our hands these days to catch up on movies and TV shows, man, and games. Maybe next week we'll talk about, maybe we'll do a video game episode, dude, because we're big gamers. We could talk about some all-time favorite games and franchises and things like that. It could be fun.
We'll have stuff to talk. I'll have some impressions of Final Fantasy that's coming out tomorrow.
Very cool.
We're talking about stuff coming out tomorrow. I'm picking up, I don't know if you've seen it, but David Attenborough has a new special. I'm getting that in 4K, because those usually look great, like Planet Earth and stuff like that.
What is it?
It's like 7 worlds. I forget the name of it. I'm about to look it up right now. But
Attenborough, baby.
Yeah, no, it's a great.
It looks great. You say a David Attenborough film. No, he's not a filmmaker. He's just.
Oh no! But just a narrator. He's gonna narrate a nature.
Yeah. Let's see. Look it up. David Attenborough. Let's use Siri, shall we? Here we go.
Let's do a what?
David Attenborough. Boom. Go. News. A Life on Our Planet.
Okay, so it's called 7 Worlds, 1 Planet.
I was totally off.
Says there's no place like Earth. Narrated by David Attenborough in 4K HDR. I'll be watching this in all its glory this weekend.
Dude, I'm a big nature documentary guy, man. Love those.
Oh, I love
those
it.
things.
I remember
dude, Disney Plus now. Disney Plus has the whole National Geographic catalog.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, man.
I remember the first Blu-ray I ever saw was Blue Planet. And I remember that looking incredible, like the bait ball of fish and the whale coming through eating all of that. I was like, I'm there.
There's a David Attenborough series on Netflix called Our Planet, I think, or Big Blue Planet, or The Planet, or some freaking planet name. But they have a behind the scenes. It's like an hour and a half long of how it followed all the camera crews.
Right.
And they made a documentary on how that thing was captured, and you'd love it, dude, from being camera guys and making this kind of content. It's fascinating. Fascinating. You know what's interesting? Like most of every one of those cinematographers, those camera teams, they're all older guys and gals. They're like in there. They seem like they were all in their 50s and 60s. All of them. I didn't see one young person. I was like, man, that's interesting. It's very interesting. They're all trying to be YouTube stars, apparently.
Well, yeah, it's weird, right? Like, whenever you see camera crews working on, like, films and stuff like that, I don't see too many young people on there.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about. I don't know. I don't know if just young people are more concerned with independent success versus... Because I wonder if, like, filmmaking, like what we're trying to do, I wonder if it's kind of like the music industry, where today the modern artist wants to just do everything independently, and they don't see a reason to go to a record label. So maybe videographers don't see a reason to sign with, like, a big studio. They feel like they can just do it themselves and throw it up on Vimeo.
Yeah.
Because now you can get on Netflix yourself.
Yes, you can. There is a Netflix-approved camera list. You can Google that.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine if I was doing full-time videography, maybe, you know, with the way I see business now, I think I probably would try to chase making a Netflix compatible movie and distribute it myself and not cutting my money to a big studio.
Yeah. Yeah, the days of independently producing all kinds of projects, it's the biggest it's ever been. It's the easiest, well, not the easiest, but it's the most accessible. You know what I mean?
Because if you think about it, even a documentary, like let's say you wanted to go to Africa and talk about the lions, you could set up a GoFundMe, do a quick trailer, and say what you wanted to do, and you can get your movie funded. You just latch on to a good enough cause, and it's something that's interesting.
You go make your movie and go enter it into a bunch of film festivals and do it all your own. I mean, look at Peter McKinnon, those kind of guys. You know what I mean? They're doing it. And they're doing it off of YouTube revenue. And GoFundMe and Patreon and all these things. So it's a crazy time, man. It's a great time to be a content creator. Maybe not right now, this moment, but
it's still a good time. I see people trying. I've been keeping up with what everybody's doing online socially, and even locally. Like people are really trying, and you're seeing a lot of podcasts pop up, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough time to get new clients, but it's a fantastic time to work on sharpening your own skills.
Absolutely, man. Let me tell you, I'm trying to make this kitchen look good. Wait till you see this practical light, man. I'm telling you, very proud of it. Very proud. Anyway, all right. Hey, we're not gonna mess this up this week, dude. We're gonna do a fist pump. Now, where are we gonna do it? Are we doing it into the webcam? Are we gonna? You know what we should do? We should cover the lens. Do the whole with the cover of the lens. You want to do that?
Okay.
Tony's not into it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. As soon as you said that in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so what's gonna be the next shot? Like, what are we going to black and white to after that? Like, just
we'll do the fist pump. The music will start. The black and white, boom, 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 fist pump. We'll do the fist pump towards the FaceTime camera, and then we'll go to the lens. And we'll cover it up with our hands.
Okay.
You ready?
Here we go. Signing out. We're doing.
Yeah, here we go.
This should have been done before we started rolling.
This is true. See, you guys are getting an inside look on how we produce this very professional podcast. Here we go. Ready? I'm Matt.
And I'm Tony.
And this is the Tsunami Podcast. Fist bump to the camera and boom. And let's cover that lens. Woo!
Bye-bye.
There it is.